Hello, this is Alexander Cross, criminal law here in the San Francisco Bay Area. If you'd like to learn more about criminal defense, be sure to subscribe to our channel, Law Offices of Cross and Associates. So we received an interesting inquiry here on our YouTube channel. This has to do with resisting arrest. Let's see here. Criminal attorney, Richmond. Resisting arrest attorney, Richmond. Arrested, Richmond. Let's see here. Over the weekend, I argued with my wife. I pushed her. That's domestic violence. My 7-year-old daughter saw us and called 911. When the police arrived, I resisted because I had not done anything. Okay, well, first of all, let's talk about the pushing part. That's still doing something. That's still a misdemeanor domestic violence. I'm assuming she didn't get hurt because it was just a shove, but that's still a misdemeanor domestic violence under Penal Code Section 243E1. Carries up to 1 year in county jail. Any kind of harmful or offensive touching, doesn't have to be and, any kind of harmful or offensive touching against your spouse, ex-spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, or person with whom you've had sex with in the past would be classified as domestic violence. And when I say any harmful touching, I basically mean any touching at all if you're having an argument. I mean, normally, you pat somebody during the course of no argument, that's not really an offensive touching. But you're cussing at them and you're telling them to F off and you touch them, that touching now is considered an offensive touching. You got to be careful with that. And that touching alone is enough for it to be classified as domestic violence. If you're having an argument with your wife or girlfriend or spouse or whatever, get the hell out of there. Or at least keep your distance. Keep your distance. But don't touch in any way, shape, or form. Don't touch, because that's a 243 parentheses E parentheses 1, no good. And if you're not a U.S. citizen, that's considered a crime of moral turpitude, even though it's a misdemeanor. And that could potentially result in deportation, exclusion from the United States, and denial of naturalization. So you got to be careful with that. But let's talk about the resisting arrest. You resisted arrest because you haven't done anything. Well, okay, fine. Well, let's say you didn't even do the push. Let's just hypothetically say you didn't even do the push. I didn't do anything. Why did I get arrested? Well, because you just did something. You resisted arrest. See, when the police want to arrest you, damn, that sucks. You have to let them arrest you. You can't be like, hey, I'm innocent, I didn't do anything. Well, you did something now. I didn't commit a crime. Well, you just did. You just resisted arrest. Even if the police are erroneous, as long as they have probable cause, as long as they have reason to believe that something could have happened, they have to do their job and you have to let them arrest you. You can bail out or ask the judge to release you on your own recognizance. She's not hurt. I never did anything. Judge, especially for a push, he'll probably just let you go. But, or at least you can bail out and the bail won't be particularly high for a misdemeanor 243E1. But do not ever physically resist arrest. Matter of fact, don't even mouth off to the police. I've seen so many videos on YouTube where people are just mouthing off to the police. No, don't do that. Be quiet. Remember your Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do can be used against you in court. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, you will be provided with a public defender. Now, that being said, when you're being arrested, you don't have to be Mirandized. A lot of people think, oh, he didn't mean me my rights. Doesn't matter. They only have to Mirandize you when you're under custodial interrogation. Basically what that means is when, after you've been arrested and they're trying to ask you questions about your case, not what your full name and date of birth are. If they've already arrested you and they're going to ask you questions about their case, at that point they have to Mirandize you. Usually they read a card or they give you a statement that you have to sign. But they don't have to read you your Miranda rights at the time of the arrest. And you definitely should not be resisting arrest. You got to let them arrest you. If you have a problem with the police officer, talk to the judge about it. Or let your attorney talk to the judge about it. But don't resist police. Don't do it. Let them arrest you. If you resist arrest, you could be innocent for the original charges. Now you're guilty for the resisting of the arrest. 148A1, Penal Code, California. Don't do it. Regardless, if you'd like to learn more about criminal defense, be sure to subscribe to our channel, Law Offices of Cross and Associates. But if you've been accused of a crime and need representation in court, call us now for a free consultation at 1-800-862-7677. Once again, 1-800-862-7677. On our next video, we're going to be discussing the case of somebody who was arrested for DUI but he was en route to the hospital because he was sick. Criminal attorney, Richmond. Resisting arrest, Richmond. Arrested for a crime, Richmond.